We end the 6 games late live from the Niagara Industrial in Caloocan City as we feature 14 under action from the South Division, where two winless teams will have a shot to bring home a W. As we continue the live coverage of the country's premier youth basketball league, the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. For our games today, Bulacan, San Juan, first set of 3 already done. 18 under and 16 under of Leyte, Bauan done as well. Now we move on to the high octane 14 under division. And good afternoon, everybody. It's still Chop Pangilinan covering the action with Coach Noy Africa and with our courtside reporter, Ms. Rinoa Sanchez. Coach Noy, we're still early in our season. Both of these teams winless.
Yeah, that's right. And being able to get a win early and maybe could propel you and into a winning streak, very important for all the teams here. So, you know, a really strong start needed for both teams here in this ball game.
And first, let's talk about Leyte Xur Home's 14 under squad. Again, they lost their last game.
Yeah, that's right. They lost to Palawan Urich Builders just yesterday. A very close one. They had control in the first quarter, had the lead 18-7, but was limited to just 20 points the rest of the way. In that game, they were able to score a lot. Points off turnovers, scoring 36 against just 26 for Palawan. But when the game slowed down, that's when they had a lot of trouble, especially with the height advantage of Palawan. But in that game, the leading scorer for them, Ray J. Albit, with a very good debut, finishing with 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
Yes, a relatively close game for Leyte, despite losing that one. But now let's talk about Bauan Cafe Uno. Also lost to the Binyan Tatakjel, but a lopsided loss for them.
Yeah, in that game, they allowed Binyan to shoot 50% from the field, and they gave up too many fast break points, 35-11. They're going to have to protect the basketball and get back in transition, not allow the other teams, especially Leyte, who likes to pressure the basketball. They cannot fall into the same trap. But in that ball game, their leading scorer finishing with 19 points and 7 rebounds, Enzo Puruganan, will need another big game to try and get the first victory for Bauan Cafe Uno.
So again, both squads coming off a loss, but Bauan suffering a more heartbreaking one. Nonetheless, both teams looking to bounce back. And now let's turn it over to our venue announcer, Kagawad Balong Rosetes.
Good afternoon, basketball fans of Junior MPBL, and welcome to Niagara, Caloocan City. The basketball action continue, and we're live on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. It's a battle between Leyte Xur Homes Tiger Cubs versus Bauan Cafe Uno. Let's meet the starter first from your Leyte Xur Homes Tiger Cubs. 14 under. Guard number 11, Justin Taloha. Also at guard number 19, Jules Linzon Parilla. Forward number 18, Iggy Alburo. Power forward number 10, Ivan Bragat. Center number 25, Walter Mendez. Head coach of Leyte Xur Homes Tiger Cubs, 14 under, is Coach Clip Andy Tisocan. His assistants, Jan Asher Olongo, Mariano Beles, Albert Pipito. Team manager, Louis Allen Dahilan, and Ben James Sigwan. And now, time to meet the starters from your Bauan Cafe Uno 14 under. Guard number 7, John J. Mindanao. Also at guard number 21, Ian Mateo Tsabu. Forward number 23, David Mason Dizon. Power forward number 10, Wayne Anthony Rivera. Center number 77, Siron DeAndre Dizon. Head coach of Bauan Cafe Uno 14 under is Coach Angelo Lance Inco. Assistant coach Mark Rigor Polande. Team manager Odi Dibera.
Our Dorayt Bola ng Pinoy team starters for Bauan. We have Mindanao, Tabu, Dizon, Rivera, and Dizon. 2 Dizons for Bauan. And for Leyte, we have Tarroja, Parilla, Alburo, Brayat, and Mendez. Once again, 14 under division. Surprised to not see Cray Albit, their leading scorer in their last game for Leyte. And actually same for the squad of Bauan. Wala rin kanilang leading scorer in Lorenzo Puruganan. Perhaps a different setup for Bauan. Again, it won't hurt for them to make some changes considering they lost last game. Meanwhile, first bucket of the game for Bauan Cafe Uno. Mendez fade away. Not that time.
Well, maybe for Bauan Cafe Uno, they want some additional scoring punch off the bench, and you force your first five to come out of the gates fast and strong.
For Bauan, the two D-zones also have been very good. Perhaps itong si Coach Angelo Inco looking to give them more responsibility habang wala si Lorenzo Puruganan. As Rivera goes 2 out of 2. Great stroke from Rivera. 4-0.
He's been one of the more impressive guys also for Bauan Cafe Uno, averaging 13 points and 8 rebounds. And together with Dave Mindanao, who is averaging 12 points. Those three, Enzo, Wayne, and Dave, all averaging double digits for Bauan.
Speaking off, here comes Bauan. D-zone. Putting on the move, sends it out. They reset the offense. Mindanao has it. Now Rivera, top of the arc. D-zone inside. Tough shot, doesn't fall.
And interestingly, in the first two games, it's Leyte with the school base. But this Bauan Cafe Uno squad represented mainly by the core of the De La Salle Zobel Green Archers.
So what a turn of events right here, Coach.
And as we see, another hit the shooting arm foul as Bragat will go to the free throw line. Bragat yesterday finishing with 7 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, together with 5 steals. Unfortunately, going home with a loss is Leyte.
Great ball handler for this latest squad, as we saw Coach Cliff Tisocan. And again, Coach, you've said, itong Bauan Cafe Uno mainly composed of players from the De La Salle Zobel. And again, the same scenario that we were talking about all of the games. You know, yung mga kids na to, they have a chance to be recruited, to be noticed by not a school-based team, pero composed of school-based players. So, yeah, just again, perhaps a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to show what they can do on the hard court.
And also for the school-based clubs, for them to have an early preparation for the coming school year, making themselves busy during the summer.
You know, there's no such thing as too much basketball if you're a kid.
And no such thing as too much preparation, especially for these teams.
Meanwhile, we see Masiba, also another notable name for the Leyte Xur home squad.
Yeah, finished in double digits also yesterday. 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals.
Meanwhile, D-Zone sends it to the other D-Zone, but here comes Bragat. Great pickup. Unable to convert on the fast break. Masiba almost losing it. Here comes Mendez losing it as well. Try to save it, but possession going to Bauan Cafe Uno.
And you like so far how Bauan Cafe Uno has been packing that paint as Puruganan, that's Enzo, checking in for Bauan Cafe Uno.
And their main gunner sporting a wristband.
Now we've been seeing a lot of kids wearing wristbands today.
Perhaps the Kobe effect. Meanwhile, Rivera, not that time. Let's see Masiba on a run. Masiba, great pickup, great sidestep, and great finish.
Able to evade the defense of the much taller Enzo Puruganan.
Meanwhile, Puruganan has it, looks back, picks up the leather, hands it off. Tabu sends it inside. Rivera almost losing it, being swarmed by 2 yellow shirts.
I'd like to correct myself. This is actually Ice Puruganan who is on the floor for Bauan Cafe Uno, as Enzo Puruganan just checking in.
They actually look alike, Coach. Actually, me and Coach Mark deduced na they're twins, but we still have to confirm that. And they also rocked the same armband last game.
So you're really just gonna have to
And
rely
this
on
game.
the numbers.
In this game as well. They're sporting.
Yeah.
Luckily, Coach, hindi sila nagbaliktaran na jersey numbers.
I think they're just trying to make it hard for us here at the panel.
So that's 25. Itong si Lorenzo Puruganan. 19 naman itong si Ice. Buti di siya nag-52. Meanwhile, Bragat has it. Sends it out. Inside. Not that time. Here comes Mindanao off Puruganan. Basket and one on the fast break. That was Mindanao from Luzon and Visayas. As we take another look on that pound-for-pound fitness foul. Counted move.
That time not the best decision there for Leyte to give up a foul, as Mindanao was way ahead.
Bauan up by 4. Able to make it into a 3-point play is John Dave Mindanao. Now here comes Puruganan. Ice sends it to Mindanao again. Another foul on the shooting arm. So 3 free throws coming up for John Dave Mindanao. So there's 2 Dizons and 2 Puruganans for Bauan. Right now it's Mindanao, the one and only Mindanao in Bauan, shooting 3 free throws.
And right now it's Bauan ahead, 7-2-2.
Take another look what exactly happened right there. And yes, there was indeed a foul. There was contact.
Yeah, I think they were just checking if Mindanao was behind the 3-point line. So that's going to mean 3 free throws for Mindanao.
Good stroke for John Dave Mindanao. As we see the coaching staff of this Bauan squad, Coach Angelo Inco and his assistants, donning the matchy hoodies.
Very well suited for the venue, as I see you starting to freeze in there.
And by the way, talking about the air conditioning, Coach, 14-year-olds playing in an air-conditioned venue. You wouldn't expect that back in the day, but right now, it's a nature spring timeout called right here by Coach Cliff Tisocan. 8-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno.
During the huddle for Leyte Xur homes, it is noticeable that the team uses Bisaya as their primary communication language. And when asked about it, assistant coach John shared that all their 14 on their team is composed of homegrown Cagayan players and that they merged with Leyte Xur homes for this league. Dagdag pa niya na they just arrived yesterday at diretso agad sa bakbakan, kaya medyo naka-apekto raw ito sa performance ng kanyang players kahapon. But this time around, ipapakita raw nila na kahit maliliit sila at first time ng karamihan sa kanilang players ay kaya nilang makipagsabayan. Back to you, Cho and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Noah Sanchez. If you know what they say, it's heart over height. Doesn't matter kung anong height mo. We have the likes of Muggsy Bogues. Or local na lang tayo, Justin Melton, who can dunk even with a height of 5'8".
Well, I'd go with Johnny Abarrientos, but that's during my time.
But can Johnny Abarrientos dunk? Yun ang tanong.
We're gonna have to confirm that. But anyway, for Leyte, it's not just an opportunity for the kids coming out of Leyte, but also doing a collaboration with the kids from Cagayan de Oro. And just interesting, if you sit by that bench, so how much would you be able to understand?
Yes, and definitely again, coming from a very, very far place. Again, I told you the story a while ago, Coach. In the past game, these 14-year-olds or younger, I was able to talk to them yesterday. Again, they lost that game. It was a heartbreaking loss, but again, they seemed very cheerful. They seemed very happy, and the fact alone that they're here in Manila, they're able to stay here, and even be included in these kinds of leagues is already a blessing to them.
Really just embracing the opportunity to play out here in Manila. I'm sure that's something that gives them an opportunity to make their names known.
Exactly. And again, the UST program doesn't have elementary, but here are these kids donning this Tiger Cubs jersey. So who knows, again, perhaps a manifestation of what's to come.
And you get to build a connection already with head coaches like Cliff Tisocan and the coach in season 1 for Leyte in the 16 and under coach Ben Sigwan. So, those lines will continue to be open for these players coming out of the Visayas and Mindanao.
So far, Bauan, Cafe Uno, 7-point lead. By the way, a very happy belated birthday to Miss Chi Ocampo, one of the officers of our junior MPBL. Thank you very much for your efforts in making our league possible.
And we weren't even informed yesterday as we were covering the games.
So, yes, apologies for that. But still, thank you very much again for providing everything that we need here in our junior MPBL.
So it's not only the players and the teams that have been well taken care of by the top honchos of Manny Pacquiao's junior MPBL, but also us here in the panel. We're very grateful for the warm welcome that we've gotten, especially even during the first season.
Yes, very consistent assistance for us. Indeed an honor to be able actually to cover the games right here. Meanwhile, basket and one. That time for Warren Jacob de los Reyes. What a move.
Yeah, looked like it was a very wild sequence, but still able to convert.
Pound for pound fitness foul. Counted the move. Once again, Warren Jacob de los Reyes.
If I'm not mistaken, that's his first 2 points of the tournament. As Warren Jacob Reyes unable to complete that 3-point play.
But nonetheless, a 4-point play for Bauan as a whole. That was Albino putting in the putback to make that a 9-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Leyte Xur Homes. Some pressure being pressed onto them as De Los Reyes gets the steal. Puruganan. Lorenzo has it. Dumana hands it off to Albino. The pick from Ice Puruganan. No good from Albino. Out of bounds, possession going to Leyte Xur Homes.
So we see a platoon swap for Leyte as they're looking to change it up. We're still waiting for that full court pressure defense that they used to build an early lead yesterday.
Here comes Leyte Xur Homes. Masiba sends it out. Great passing. They fire for 3. Doesn't connect. Still with Leyte Xur Homes. Bragat asking for it. But a foul committed by Lorenzo Puruganan. So is it indeed Lorenzo Puruganan? Whose foul is it?
So that's now 4 team fouls for both teams.
So only one Puruganan left. Taroja has it. Again, another notable name for Leyte Xur Homes. Meanwhile, Bragat up top against Puruganan. Fades away. Shot clock violation as that shot doesn't hit even rim.
That time a forced shot for Bragat as Leyte still down by 9 points.
Here comes Puruganan. Sends it to Albino. Back to ice. Puruganan enters the paint. Unable to score. Great defense from Taroja. Here comes Parilla. Sends it outside. Masiba. Picked up by Albino. The screen by Mendez. Oh, what a move. Basket and one for the little guy. That is Masiba. We take another look. Pound for pound fitness foul. Counted move. Off balance shot.
Off the extension, still able to have enough body control to finish. As Masiba in this ball game now with 4 points.
Again, that is 30 Masiba. As he makes it a 3-point play. 17 seconds remaining in the first. Only a 6-point lead by Bauan Cafe Uno. Ice Puruganan caged. And a steal by Parilla. Here comes Leyte Xur Homes. Unable to convert. Perhaps another try, but a steal right here. And here comes John Dave Mindanao off the glass. Buzzer beating shot. And that will indeed count as he makes it an 8-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno, 18-10. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL, and we shall return. (18-10), 8-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno as they're able to come alive in this first quarter. Leyte being stunned right here, but still just an 8-point lead.
And a great presence of mind shown there by Mindanao. I thought he did not have enough time to go for the layup, but still able to beat the buzzer, giving Bauan this 8-point lead.
And before we continue, special thanks to Pound for Pound Fitness, Doride Bola ng Pinoy, Pound Active, Wing Bowl, Nature Spring, Jinky Skin, Chris Jacobs, and Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava. Second quarter on its way. Mindanao, last bucket of the first bucket of the second for him.
And right now with 12 points in the ball game, quite a surprise. As he is averaging 12 points per ball game, already matching that average.
Meanwhile, Bragat off the glass, putting it in, back to an 8-point lead. John Dave Mindanao to ice Puruganan, almost losing it. Now to Albino inside Rivera, loses it. The steal by Mendez. Now here comes Bragat for Leyte Xur Homes. Hands it off, Masiba. Still no Cray J. Albit for Leyte Xur Homes as Masiba kicks it out. Another kick out. Bragat off the glass one more time.
And Bragat will need to really step it up as we still haven't seen Albit play in this ball game.
Meanwhile, Ice Puruganan, one-hander, puts it in.
First 2 points for Ice Puruganan after grabbing 3 rebounds, finally getting his first 2 points.
Masiba asks for a screen. That was from Mendez. Here comes Bragat. Sends it out. Taroja enters the paint. Tough shot erased by Ice Puruganan. Masiba, a three. Not that time. Taroja gets it back. Taroja unable to convert again. Here comes Jave Mindanao. Steps on the break. Sends it to De Los Reyes. Out to Puruganan. Inside, swiped away. Here comes Bragat. Fake behind the back pass. Converts on the fast break.
It's not something you would see a few years ago coming from a 14 and under division. But Braga showing the ball handles and able to finish.
6-point lead for Bauan. Under 8 minutes remaining.
That show and go play coming from Braga. Very impressive even in slow motion.
So far, one foul named to Bauan. And momentum, safe to say, on the side of Leyte as they have possession. Masiba. Swiped away by Rivera. Another swipe away. Masiba. Sidestep beauty. What a move coming from 30 Masiba.
Couple of spectacular finishes for Leyte on consecutive possessions as they've now cut the lead down to just 4 points.
Mindanao unsuccessful. Now here comes Leyte Xur Homes. Braga, a three. Puts it home. Able to cut the lead to just one for Bauan Cafe Uno. As they're gonna call a nature spring timeout. Another look on this fast break sidestep move from third day Masiba. Again, Bauan just up by one. Under 7 minutes remaining in our second period.
Before the game started, we had a chance to talk with Coach Lance of Bauan Cafe Uno. When asked about their previous game, he immediately said na hindi raw silang naglalaro doon dahil medyo unusual ang kanilang performance na ipinakita. Dagdag pa niya na parang na-pressure ang mga bata at nanggigil ang mga ito, but they try to cope with this through reviewing their game the day after to point out their lapses and lackings. Will they finally see this improvement today? Balik sa iyo, Coach Noy and Cho.
Thank you very much, Rinoa. And indeed, every day is a chance to improve. And so far, Bauan has this day to do some improvements. Meanwhile, a foul called, I believe, on Espalabra.
After starting the season 0-2, really just nowhere to go but up for this Bauan Cafe Uno squad. And this could be a prime opportunity for them, but they just gave up a 7-0 run to Leyte.
So here's Dizon sporting a wristband as well. But 5-second violation called on Dizon.
Great ball denial for Leyte, not giving Dizon a clean receiver. Will be called for 5 seconds.
Bragat handling the leather, drop pass. Picked up by his teammate. Unable to convert. Rivera the board, getting fouled. That was number 14, Mo Tiro.
That time not able to find the right tira, but it's still a 1 point disadvantage. Leyte trying to complete this comeback as they force another inbound violation.
Great defense coming from the boys of Leyte Xur Homes. But Coach Lance Angelo Inco shall call for a nature spring timeout right here. Bauan still up by one. Over 5 minutes remaining in this quarter. 22-21. Just a 1-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. As again, momentum steering to the side of the Leyte Xur home squad. Tiro sends it to Bragat. Navigating the court. Bragat double team. Swiped away by Dizon. Out of bounds. Possession staying with Leyte Xur homes.
That's a dangerous pass there going across court. Luckily, Dizon not able to get that steal.
Bragat sends it to the other side. One-hander doesn't fall. John Dave Mindanao gets the board. But he steps out of bounds. So another defensive stop coming from Leyte Xur homes.
I like how Enguito did not quit on that play, continued to pressure the basketball, forcing another turnover, 3 straight for Bauan Cafe Uno.
Traveling violation called on Ivan Bragat.
But not really helping their cause is Leyte, as they've been unable to convert on those 3 turnovers that they've forced.
Here comes Lorenzo Puruganan, now Rivera. Looking to be double teamed, and he gets to be double teamed. Right now, it's Puruganan once again. To the corner, Butterfingers right there. And a steal completed by the Leyte Xur homes. Here they come. They try for 3, doesn't connect. Rebound by Mindanao as he dove for the ball. 4 minutes remaining in our second period. The score hasn't changed in a while.
But you like the energy being expended on the floor and also on the stands, as we have a very animated crowd here in the 14 and under division.
The parents, perhaps.
Oh, most definitely.
Yung iba dyan, coach, the girlfriends eh.
14 pa lang yun eh.
Coach, John? No, not John, but Benedict Solas of Binyan Tatak Vice Gel 14 under division. Shinout out pa yung girlfriend, player of the game. So it's definitely possible. Again, Bauan just up by 1. Bragat, the primary ball handler of this Leyte Xur home squad. Rivera tried to pick his pocket, still with Bragat. Escapes the defense once again, high off the glass.
Making Bauan Cafe Uno pay for trying to blitz him as he gets to the rim and touch that play.
Scores underneath is Lorenzo Puruganan. What a move.
Yeah, Enzo, that's 4 points for him now.
Another look, pound for pound fitness, foul. Counted the move despite the contact. Scoring underneath is Lorenzo Puruganan.
Well, back in the first quarter, had a little bit of foul trouble already with 2 personal fouls. So it's an opportunity now for Puruganan to finish this quarter strong.
So Leyte now down by 1. Puruganan unable to make it a 3-point play, but Rivera getting another foul. So 2 free throws coming up for Mr. Rivera.
That time able to grab an offensive rebound, and despite getting bludgeoned inside, able to fish for a foul.
Right here we see Masiba going in for Kantutay. First one is good for Rivera. Again, impressive stroke from him. No good on the second one. Possession going to Leyte Xur homes. But you see Coach Lance Angelo Inco arguing that the ball should be theirs. Meanwhile, Leyte Xur homes has it. Bragat fades away. Doesn't connect. Rebound right here. That was Dizon, but fouled by Ivan Bragat.
Leyte is in the penalty, so this will be free throws for Bauan Cafe Uno.
So perhaps Ivan Bragat wasn't aware of their foul situation. Nonetheless, Bauan has a chance to extend the lead, perhaps a two-possession one.
Well, that's quite a challenge for any team putting pressure on the basketball, playing very aggressive defense, to be aware of the foul situation, as you do not want to be giving up too many free throws. So far, 11 free throws given to Bauan, having made 7.
D-zone goes 1 out of 2. Great stroke from the lefty. 3-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Masiba against Puruganan. Loses the leather. Here comes Bauan Cafe Uno. D-zone saves it. Puruganan unable to catch it. Here comes Masiba. 30 drops it to Ivan Bragat. They're unable to convert. Out of bounds. So possession staying with Leyte Xur Homes.
Well, right now, the game is being played more to the liking of Leyte. It has been up and down. And, you know, the smaller squad likes to play in a helter-skelter situation.
Bragat sends it out. Mercado, another kick out. Masiba attacking. Over Rivera. The floater is good for third day Masiba. Meanwhile, that was too high as he tried to pass it to the other D-zone.
And remember, in the game yesterday against Palawan, they were really giving a lot of problems for Palawan until Palawan started to play more slowly, making that into a grind, and that's where Leyte had a lot of problems.
Meanwhile, fade away from Mendez. Doesn't fall. Here comes Puruganan. Here Bauan Cafe Uno. Puruganan steps on the brakes. Finds Mindanao. Last 45 seconds. Puruganan fires for 3. Doesn't nail it. Ivan Bragat calmly brings the ball down. Masiba receives it against Lorenzo Puruganan. Now Bragat against Ice Puruganan. Bragat putting on the moves. 9 to shoot. Inside the paint. Traveling violation. Great defense from D-zone.
Really timed that double perfectly. Able to force a turnover on Bragat.
21 seconds remaining. 1-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno as they will call a Nature Spring timeout. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. (26-25), just a 1-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Last 21.3 seconds in our first half. It has been a close ball game. No team with a significant lead so far. Puruganan, Lorenzo receiving it. Double teamed. The steal by Espalabra. Espalabra losing the leather. Turning it over to Bauan Cafe Uno.
Well, so far, Espalabra has been quiet in this ball game. Finished with 11 points yesterday.
D-zone finds Mindanao. Here he comes against Espalabra. Last 7 seconds. John Dave Mindanao hitting Espalabra on the face, but I believe Espalabra still the one called for a foul.
But that's a foul to give. I'm sorry, Leyte already in the penalty. It's Bauan with still a lot of fouls to give. Only a single foul committed in the second quarter.
So basketball is indeed a contact sport. You're the one get hit on the face, and yet you're the one getting called for a foul.
Well, it's really part of basketball, the physicality. So the players, I'm pretty sure they're prepared to get hit.
Good stroke coming from John Dave Mindanao. Makes it a 2-point lead for Bauan. In a couple of substitutions, actually a platoon substitution for this Leyte Xur home squad. Taroja, high pass, received. Oh, that was off Bragat's foot. Last 2 seconds. Mindanao, almost a buzzer beater, but not quite. As we'll end our first half, 27-25, 2-point gap in favor of Bauan Cafe Uno. Once again, it's Chong Pangilinan, Coach Noy Africa, and this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. (27-25), 2-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno at halftime. Again, that has been a close game. No team with a significant lead over the other, as both teams again just scoring back and forth.
And so far, it's Bauan Cafe Uno shooting better from the field percentage-wise, 42%, but it's Leyte with more makes from the field, 11 field goal makes, but Bauan has made a living from the free throw line, making 9 out of 14 against just 2 out of 7 for Leyte. And also for Bauan, they've been taking the they need to take care of the basketball better already with 15 turnovers against 11 for Leyte, and the leading scorers for both teams, it has just been John Dave Mindanao in double digits for Bauan with 13, Puruganan with 4, Rivera with 3. And then on the other side, it's for Leyte, it's Bragat with 11, Masiba with 9, and Kantutay with 3.
Two-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. It has been a Bragat Mindanao showdown right here. Taroja, the pick from Tan. Sends it outside. Now up top, Bragat. Another kick out. 10 at the shot clock. Taroja inside once again. Try to drop it off. Leyte with a smaller lineup right here. .30 seconds gone by in our third period. Again, Leyte with a smaller lineup right here. Let's see how Bauan shall capitalize. But Bragat rushed that shot after a steal. So here comes Ice Puruganan. Tried it high off the glass. Doesn't even hit rim. Meanwhile, Lorenzo unable to finish. Rivera grabs the offensive board. Finding the open D-zone inside.
And like Dizon, whenever he gets the opportunity, able to make his baskets in that game against Muntinlupa. Had 2 free throws to send overtime and very calmly made both of those free throws.
Meanwhile, a foul to stop the sudden change of tempo. So it's Lorenzo Puruganan at the free throw line. Lorenzo Puruganan, brother of Ice Puruganan, also playing right now. So the only difference between them is Lorenzo Puruganan sporting the high socks. Ice Puruganan sporting the much lower socks.
I think I'm just gonna stick to using their numbers. Number 25 is Enzo. Number 19 is Ice.
Meanwhile, not able to convert rather was Albino. Meanwhile, a foul, another one is called. So it's Simon DeAndre Dizon. What a name.
He will get to showcase his free throw shooting prowess.
Number 77, obviously popularized by Luka Doncic. Philippine basketball ba, coach? Sino bang nag-popularize ang number 77?
Baka hindi mo kilala yung mga naaalala ko eh.
E di baka hindi nga popularized pa ganun.
Popularized during my time.
Meanwhile, Rivera converting. So he extends the lead to 8. Roughly 2 minutes gone by. Here comes Leyte Xur Holmes losing the leather. Albino runs down the court, sends it to Ice. Now Simon DeAndre Dizon, not that time. Lorenzo Puruganan, another try, still no go. Out of bounds, possession staying with Bauan Cafeuno.
Still continuing to struggle in the game. Enzo Puruganan only with 5 points, struggling just because he's averaging 19 points per ball game.
Another look, Rivera recognizing he's the much bigger player. Actually, coach, before Ivan Bragat went in, they were the much bigger lineup. Right now, Coach Cliff Tisokan enforcing a bit of a size to his lineup. You see Parilla going in. So it's now Ice Puruganan missing the first one.
Of course, Ice Puruganan only averaging 7 points compared to Enzo's 19. But he does provide other things, being the better rebounder at 8 rebounds per game.
Meanwhile, here comes Parilla being double teamed, sends it to Taroja. Here they come. Rather, that was 30 Masiba sporting the number 13 jersey. As Bauan able to make a 9-point lead for themselves. You see Kobe Espalabra, probably the reason why he's donning the jersey number 24.
And again, it has been a struggle so far for Espalabra. He has been scoreless in the ball game after finishing with 11 yesterday.
Meanwhile, a couple of shots. This time, Kobe, still no go. Last touch was Ice Puruganan, so possession staying with Leyte Xur Holmes.
That's been really hard for Leyte to execute in the half court.
Bragat tried to kick it out. Last touch on Ivan Bragat, possession going to Bauan Cafeuno.
Well, the problem also for Leyte, they've not yet hit anything from the 3-point area, 0 out of 5.
Rivera at the wing, enters the paint against Parilla. Again, recognizing he's the much bigger player.
And a good decision there by Wayne Rivera. You know, his strength is going to the basket and seeing not much ceiling on this side of Leyte. Just his eyes wide open, seeing all those driving lanes available to him.
And with that bucket, it's now an 11-point lead for Bauan. Meanwhile, Ivan Bragat unable to sink that 3-pointer. Masiba asking for it. Loses the leather but will get called for a foul. Now let's turn it over to Ms. Rinoa Sanchez for a report.
Thank you, Coach Cliff Andy Isukan of Leyte Xur Homes keep on rotating his player as he was trying to find the chemistry of the team. According to Assistant Coach John, some of the group is practicing in Leyte and some is practicing in Cagayan. That is why they have to try their chemistry on the spot of the game. During the halftime, Coach Cliff also said to his player na wala siyang paki sa pera or influence, mag-perform daw sila rito. Before the game starts, their other coach motivates them to enjoy the game para ma-enjoy din nila ang pagpasyal-pasyal nila pagkatapos ng laro. Balik sa'yo, Coach Noy and Cho.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rinoa Sanchez.
And again, the importance of being able to play together. Really a big obstacle right now for Leyte as they're forced to meet each other here in Manila and have to build that chemistry on the fly.
Meanwhile, 30 Masiba sipping coffee and air. Cuts the lead to just 9. Ice Puruganan picks it up. Now to DeAndre Dizon. Intercepted by Masiba. The spin, the scoop. What a move coming from third day Masiba.
Spinning the other way to evade the defense as they're calling a double foul on Mindanao, and
another look as third day Masiba finding success down low. What a move from the little guy.
so the double foul will go on Taroja and Mindanao. More importantly, that's the third personal foul on Taroja.
5-second violation called on Ice Puruganan. Great defensive stop once again for Leyte Xur Homes. They're just down by 7. Here comes Leyte. Finding Bragat out to Masiba. Has been good for Leyte Xur Homes. Now Bragat has it, picked up by Dizon. Try to drop it off to Kantutay. Here comes Bauan Cafe Uno. John Dave Mindanao. Now, great ball movement. Ends up. That was Mercado, passing it to Rivera inside. The spin of the glass. Basket and one. Great read from Rivera again, recognizing he is much bigger than most of these yellow shirts as we take another look. And this pound-for-pound fitness foul counted move.
That has been the major adjustment for Bauan, especially here in that third quarter, as they've just gone to Wayne Rivera trying to exploit the mismatches, and right now with 9 points in the ball game.
And he makes it a 3-point play. Coach Noyam amazed by how these 14 or younger kids are able to read the game in such ways. And speaking of reading the game, excellent pass coming from 3D Masiba.
Masiba has had a lot of spectacular finishes, but also showing the court vision, able to find an open teammate.
So here comes Dizon. Now inside, Wayne Rivera unable to convert. Here comes Leyte Xur Homes. They're down by 8 points. Masiba putting on the moves. Kicks it out. Bragat up top. Doesn't fall. Rivera almost losing it. Getting fouled right there. That was Engito.
And Leyte already in the penalty, so 2 free throws for Wayne Rivera. Actually, most of those fouls coming on Wayne Rivera, as he's just been taking over here in the third quarter.
So another chance to make it a double-digit lead for his squad, as he will miss that first free throw. We see Coach Angelo Lance Inco with the hoodie. Again, we have a very cold venue here, Niagara Industrial. I might mistaken it for Niagara Falls, Coach, sa lamig.
Exactly, and we were here yesterday, and I'm surprised that you didn't think of bringing a jacket.
That is my bad. Sorry, coach. Meanwhile, Rivera forcing another shot, but will get fouled again. Leyte, nothing they could do against Rivera.
At that time, you've got 3 players ganging up on him, but still ending up hitting him on the shooting arm.
Shooting arm indeed. As Rivera will miss the first one. He is starting to miss free throws. As our score not changing for quite some time. He goes 0 out of 4 for his last 2 trips. Meanwhile, here comes Parilla, tough shot. Now Leyte, they're the ones now to go to the free throw line.
As both teams already in the penalty.
So a couple of fouls in the last sequences. Still in our third quarter, under 2 minutes remaining. Both teams now at penalty. So for the next 1 minute and 46 seconds, it'll be a free throw battle. But it'll be missed by Parilla.
Leyte not really having gone to the free throw line much. 2 out of 8, 2 out of 9.
Meanwhile, not that time, the rebound by Steimer. Here comes Dizon, challenging the defense, that time of Engito. But he shall go to the free throw line once again.
And it's becoming a free throw shooting contest here in the final 2 minutes.
So a couple of new faces being inserted by Coach Lansangelo Inco. David Dizon. First one is good. So 2 Dizons now in just 1 Puruganan for Bauan. Meanwhile, second free throw, 2 out of 2. Great stroke coming from the left-handed David Dizon. Here comes Leyte Xur Holmes. Masiba. Seen a lot of minutes. Intercepted by Solis. Here comes Javier, the little guy, directing the offense. Puruganan sends it to David Dizon. Overshooting it. Out of bounds. Possession going to Leyte Xur Holmes. But first, a nature spring timeout called by Coach Cliff Tesocan. As we take another look on that great pass. Great conversion from Engito coming from third day Masiba. Again, 10-point lead for Bauan, over a minute remaining in the third. (41-31), 10-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. A minute remaining in our third period. Ivan Bragat, swarmed by 3 black shirts, sends it inside. Losing the leather. Engito picks it up, another kick out. Technical foul, I believe, shall be called on Engito.
I believe that was for a second motion after the foul already being called. So I think we're gonna check this one out.
So a replay being requested by our officials. We take another look. To the camera focused on Engito. He tried to kick it out. But can't be seen clearly kung ano bang exactly nangyari. But still, our officials call that for a technical foul. Under a minute remaining, 10-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Possibly one of the biggest margins in this ball game. Our officials still talking about what exactly happened. Not clearly, because it wasn't clear at all.
But this happened in front of our referees.
Perhaps in this angle.
A bit of a push. But they did call a foul on Bauan Cafe Uno.
Another look. A slower one. Oh, we see that very, very quick extension of elbow. So good on the part of Engito. Perhaps the aggressiveness, but just unlucky for him. Medyo nakitaan siya ng ating officials. Sharp eyes, by the way. I'm genuinely surprised and amazed on how they spot these kinds of things, coach.
But during that sequence, he was trying to protect the basketball, but there was an extra extension of the arm, the elbow, that I think the referees are trying to check. I think the call on the floor will stand. Foul on number 9 on Solis, and then a technical on Engito for, I believe, is a second motion. So that's 4 personal fouls now on Engito.
So Bauan Cafe Uno going to the free throw line once again. But this time it's Lorenzo Puruganan.
And since it was a technical foul called, anyone could take the shot for Bauan.
To make that an 11-point lead. But this time it's Nestor Engito. He was also fouled on his way to the cup. So 2 free throws coming up for Leyte. A chance to minimize the lead to just single digits. But as I said that, he missed the first one.
And you like how the Bauan Cafe Uno supporters still very animated, able to make Engito distracted on that first miss.
And that is deemed successful, coach. As he goes 0 out of 2. To the delight of the Bauan crowd. Meanwhile, possession turned over right here from Dizon. So Leyte shall have the possession. 49.3 seconds remaining. Leyte, again, a chance to minimize the lead to single digits. Masiba sends it out. Ivan Bragat, fade away. It was all ball being argued by Coach Lance Angelo Inco. But still, a foul shall be called on Solis.
And that's 2 quick fouls for Solis in the final minute of the third quarter. Actually, would have had a good defensive stance, but put his arm down trying to get that shot block.
Ivan Bragat, first free throw is good. So he makes it just 10, a chance again to cut it to single digits. Probably the best thing to do heading into the fourth. And he does. Ivan Bragat has been consistent for Leyte Xur Homes. Meanwhile, Lorenzo Puruganan almost losing it. Great defense coming from Parilla. Ends up with Javier. Puts in a 3! The little guy registering from downtown. However, it was Thirday Masiba catching the defense of Bauan Cafe Uno sleeping. Wasn't able to make a bucket, but free throws coming up again for Thirday Masiba.
And what you like about that 3 coming from Javier, I believe he was pointing at his parents sitting at floor level.
And only in the junior MPBL you see these kinds of things. Great sight to see actually. You take another look. The little guy, the littlest guy on the court, but having the biggest confidence. Lalo na nanonood yung parents mo, Coach Noy.
And that time he was left wide open and just had the gun ready to shoot.
Here comes Dizon. Dave, unable to put it in. Solis, another try, high off the glass. Not that time. Solis losing the leather, out of bounds. Possession staying with Bauan Cafe Uno. 2 seconds remaining.
It's still a lot of time for one dribble for Bauan Cafe Uno.
It's David Dizon. No, it's Lorenzo Puroganan. Baseline inbound. Sends it to Javier. Getting fouled. So that means 3 free throws perhaps coming from him. Let's see if what our official's decision will be. Nonetheless, that was a good look from Javier. Plus the confidence of the little guy.
And that close out by Bragat, and a reaction to the earlier 3 made by Javier. And the referees will check if they will be giving free throws and another opportunity for Javier to add to his total.
We'll take another look. The fade away. Again, the confidence from the littlest guy on the court, Javier. Again, it's a different feeling when your parents are watching. Another look, another angle. Javier already waiting at the free throw line as he's assuming he's gonna shoot some free throws. And he will indeed be shooting.
Pushing foul, number 10, Ivan Bragat, front review. Now shooting 3 free throws.
3 free throws right here for number 31 of Bauan Cafe Uno, Yuri Javier. First one is a miss. But the crowd of Bauan, the bench as well, cheering for him. Yuri Javier, second one on its way. Good form. Hopefully missed the second one as well. But still, the applaud coming from the crowd, the supporters of Bauan Cafe Uno. Goes 0 out of 3, but again, only here in the junior MPBL you miss 3 free throws, but you still get an applause from the crowd. There you have it, our third quarter, 45-34, 11-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Once again, it's Chopang Linan, Coach Noy, Africa, and this is Manny Pacquiao's junior MPBL. (45-34), 11-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. And again, a significant lead finally for Bauan Cafe Uno after Leyte made it a close game for the first 2 quarters.
But it's still just an 11-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno, so more than enough time for Leyte to make a comeback, but hoping that they perform much better than the 9 points they scored in the third quarter.
Meanwhile, great read from Masiba, passing it to his teammate, the cutting Barilla.
And Masibas made a lot of good plays.
Correction, that was Mendez, providing also good defense on the other side. Meanwhile, Rivera, high arcing shot doesn't fall. Mendez grabs the board. finding Masiba on the leak out. And no good on 30 Masiba's attempt.
A little too ambitious in trying to split the two defenders, as an unforced turnover there for Mindanao. I thought Coach Angelo Inco was going to pick up that basketball for him.
Meanwhile, Leyte able to cut it to just 9. Here they come. Parilla enters the paint, sidestep. Not that time. Rivera grabs it. Here comes Lorenzo Puruganan. Picked up by 30 Masiba. Sends it to DeAndre Dizon. Both teams wrestling for the ball, and you gotta love the hustle of Mendez.
But possession will stay with Bauan Cafe Uno with shot clock still at 14.
A minute gone by an hour, fourth period. DeAndre Dizon, great fake. Decided to pass to Ice Puruganan, and that is a turnover. Here comes 30 Masiba. Has been phenomenal for Leyte Xur Homes. Defense chance coming from the bench of Cafe Uno. Taroja in and out of the rim.
That was a good look though for Taroja, just unable to convert, as Leyte has only made one three-pointer.
Too strong of a pass. That was intended for John Dave Mindanao. Came from Puruganan. So two Puruganans on the court right now. Here comes Taroja. Came from Masiba. It's with him again. The 3. Unable to put it in. Offensive board with the same guy. Kicks it out. Parilla, corner. Still won't fall. DeAndre Dizon grabs the board. Sends it to Lorenzo Puruganan. Brings it down. Kicks it out. Rivera. Unable to finish. What great cut from Rivera.
Well, Rivera this time not really getting that ball in better scoring position. Should be able to try to get that ball even deeper inside the paint where no one can stop him.
9-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Masiba. Bragat for 3. Gets it to go from downtown.
That's now 16 points for Ivan Bragat, and those threes allowing Leyte to come close.
Yes, more importantly, it's a 6-point lead only for Bauan. Meanwhile, inside, Dizon. Unable to convert. Ends up with Taroja. Picked up by Lorenzo Puruganan. Here comes Leyte Xur Homes. Parilla out. Taroja. They reset the offense. Here comes Masiba. Tough shot. Getting fouled.
That's going to be the third personal foul on Puruganan. That's Enzo Puruganan, and that's Bragat with this three-pointer to cut the lead down to just 6.
And more chances for Leyte Xur Homes to cut the lead. 30 Masiba. Phenomenal game for this Leyte Xur Homes squad. First one, good for 30 Masiba. Great stroke as we hear the cheer. We see Coach Cliff Tisocan. We also hear the distractions being provided by the bench of Bauan Cafe Uno. Again, ladies and gentlemen, these are kids. At the end of the day, they are kids. That will deem effective. 1 out of 2. Meanwhile, Rivera on the other side stops, sends it to Puruganan. Takes it inside, fades away. It's good for Lorenzo Puruganan.
That's on 9 points for Enzo. Starting to come alive here in the fourth.
And a steal, this time by Ice Puruganan. Tough shot, getting fouled by Mendez. So far, it's a 7-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno, as you will turn it over to Mr. Noah Sanchez for a report.
Coach Lanch of Bauan Cafe Uno expresses frustration by jumping in their bench's sideline as his players doesn't listen and follow to their instructions. He also pointed out Javier's behavior of talking to his teammates while making the free throw shot earlier. Sabi pa niya, mag-focus raw ito sa kanyang tira. Before going back into the gameplay, sabi niya sa kanyang team, walang bibitaw dahil sa kanila na raw itong laro. Back to you, Coach Noy and Cho.
Meanwhile, a nature spring timeout called right here by Coach Cliff Tisocan and Leyte Xur Holmes as we take another look. Fade away shot coming from Lorenzo Puruganan. 48-40, 8-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. For the 8-40, 8-point lead for Bauan. Leyte struggling to make it even closer, but still a lot of ball game to be played right here. 6 minutes 38 remaining. Both teams just one foul to their name. As we see the huddle of this Bauan Cafe Uno. Of course, this team orchestrated by Coach Angelo Lance Inco. And for Leyte Xur Holmes, Cliff Tisocan.
And you like how Coach Lance Inco really very particular about how the players focus in the game. As earlier he was talking about Javier on the 3 free throws. He was talking to his teammates. You want to be very focused, especially in a situation like that with no one on the floor, just you shooting. You want to focus on your dynamics and be able to convert on those free throws.
Meanwhile, Bragat misfiring. Here comes Puruganan. Ice to Rivera. Rivera. Traveling violation called.
You like how Leyte has made the adjustments and trying to stop Rivera, who just went berserk in that third quarter.
Meanwhile, here comes Parilla. Sends it out. Taroa for 3. Doesn't hit rim. Rebound by Ice Puruganan to his brother. This time to Mindanao. Picked up by Taroha. Taroha has it. Rather, Taroha guarding Mindanao, and a steal by Ivan Bragat. Unable to finish. Sorry, miss. On the floor is Ice Puruganan guarding the leather. Leyte Xur Holmes getting the possession. As we saw, Ivan Bragat, tough miss. Take another look. Ice Puruganan diving for that ball. Nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Leyte has possession. Bragat at the logo. Shot clock at 10. Putting on the move. Sends it out. Taroha, lefty. Unable to put it in. Lorenzo Puruganan. This time to Ice Puruganan. Back to his brother. Picked up by Taroha. He tried to pick the pocket. Ice has it. One-hander. Doesn't fall. A whistle from our officials. As Rivera getting called for that foul.
A little out of range for that push shot for Puruganan, and they commit the foul on the other end. So they now have 2 team fouls, just 1 for Leyte.
Meanwhile, here comes Parilla. Hands it off. Masiba has it. The pick from Mendez. 30 Masiba. Picked up by Rivera. Sends it out. Taroha. Baseline floater. Short. Both teams wrestling for the ball. Jump ball call. Possession going to Bauan Cafe Uno.
Actually, Bauan can afford to sit in that zone defense, as so far it has only been Bragat who has been able to hit from distance for Leyte.
DeAndre Dizon sends it to Lorenzo Puruganan. Now to Ice Puruganan. Now DeAndre Dizon once again. Inside, kicks it out. Rivera being wise with time. Inside once again, swiped away. Wrestling match underneath. Ends up with Leyte. Here comes Masiba. Losing the leather. The dive for Mindanao. Bragat picks it up and a foul called on Lorenzo Puruganan.
Right now, Bauan doing enough to protect their lead as the clock is starting to become a factor. Only 4.5 minutes, an 8-point lead.
Taroja to Parilla. He takes it inside. Reverse lay-in. Doesn't fall. Mindanao secures the leather for Bauan Cafe Uno.
Sorry miss for Parilla. Getting uncontested shot right there.
Dizon sends it to Puruganan. Mindanao wasn't looking but was able to receive it. Ice Puruganan now has it. Picked up by Taroja. Ice trying to find his brother and he does. Lorenzo. Step through move. Basket and one for Lorenzo Puruganan. And makes them within double digits. 50-40. A chance to make it a 3-point play as we take another look. The fake, the step through, one-handed floater, pound for pound fitness, foul counted move.
And gives him double digits, closing in on his average of 19. Now with 12 points and that 3 points, giving them an 11-point lead.
It's not looking good for Leyte. Again, the time is not on their side. Little by little, they're losing time to come back in this one.
Well, what could be a development here? Bauan now with 14 fouls, so that could be something Leyte can try to take advantage of.
Masiba, picked up by Mindanao. The screen from Mendez. Masiba for 3. That doesn't go. Rebound right here by Puruganan. High pass received by Wayne Rivera. He attacks the lane. And Wayne attacks the lane. 2 free throws coming up for Wayne Rivera.
Attacks the lane like he's Wayne Wade. No,
Wayne.
that's a stretch, but I just had to try that one out. But Wayne Rivera has been nearly unstoppable, especially in that third quarter. But the adjustments by Leyte, having a wall protecting that rim, has contained Rivera, but it has allowed guys like Enzo Puruganan to come alive here in the fourth quarter.
And Wayne Rivera, one of the more bigger and sturdier guys of this Bauan Cafe Uno. Again, we saw that stretch a while ago where he capitalized having a much smaller defender assigned to him. But will airball that first free throw. They're down, rather they're up by 11. A lot of breathing room for them. And Rivera puts one in, 1 out of 2. You see Coach Angelo Lance Inco as they're up by 12. Bragat directing the offense. Pressure being pressed onto their shoulders. Bragat takes matters into his own hands.
And gives his team a fighting chance as Bragat now in the ball game with 18.
Puruganan getting fouled by Masiba, and that'll be free throws for Lorenzo Puruganan.
Well, that could be a good ploy here for Leyte as Bauan as a team has already missed 16 out of 34 free throws.
But don't forget, it's Lorenzo Puruganan at the free throw line. A decent shooter overall.
So far, 5 out of 8 from the free throw line is Enzo Puruganan.
Second one on its way. Goes 1 out of 2. Meanwhile, Dizon getting called for a foul, so now free throws. Oh, not a jump ball, but not a foul, but a jump ball. So here comes Leyte Xur Homes. Smart move right here. They're able to stop the time. Here comes Ivan Bragat. Firing a three. Doesn't connect. Cantutay missing the lane. And a foul called on Masiba once again, so free throws.
As Wayne Rivera in the game, 5 out of 11 from the free throw line will be tested. But the problem for Leyte, they can play the fouling game, but it's on the other end that they've been struggling, not really getting any good looks. Only shooting 32% from the field.
It's definitely not looking good for Leyte. But Bauan, again, a lot of breathing room for them. Parilla, not wasting any time. Sends it to Bragat. Putting on the moves. Bragat attacks the lane. Drops it off to Cantutay. Great find from Bragat to Cantutay. And they're able to cut the lead to just a single-digit 9-point lead for Bauan. Under 3 minutes remaining. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Back to the ball game right here as we see Doride, bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of our Junior MPBL. And what art being shown right here by our cameramen.
For as long as they don't forget the camera on the floor, they should be fine.
Grabe yun. Meanwhile, 9-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Under 3 minutes remaining. Still a single-digit lead. All is not lost for Leyte. But again, they will have to come up with something. Puruganan brothers inserted. Here comes Ice, sends it out. Now Dizon pulls up. No good from Dizon. Offensive board. Still no good. Last touch called, I believe, on a yellow shirt. So possession staying with Bauan Cafe Uno.
We'd like to see a little more patience for Bauan. Try to waste more clock.
Puruganan out to Rivera. He takes it inside. The bump, the scoop, not that time. Rebound by Parilla. Another foul. If I'm not mistaken, that's 2 free throws coming up for Parilla. Yes, it is indeed 2 free throws. So another chance for Leyte to minimize the lead. Possibly at 7. Parilla at the free throw line. Misses the mark. It's now or never for Leyte Xur Homes as we see the intense facial impression coming from Coach Cliff Tesocan. Again, they came off a loss. Both teams coming from a loss. As Parilla going 0 out of 2. Tough break for them.
Especially with an opportunity to score with clock stop.
Meanwhile, Puruganan sends it out. Mindanao unable to bury the 3. Too strong. Here comes David Dizon. Wrap around move. Doesn't connect. 3D Masiba. Rather than Parilla. Out of bounds possession going to Bauan Cafe Uno. Last touch called on Cantutay. Here comes Puruganan. Dizon out to Puruganan. The pick from his brother Ice. Lorenzo firing. Doesn't put it home. Offensive board. No offensive board. But here comes Leyte Xur Homes. Ivan Bragat attacks the lane. Tough shot. Great defense from Ice Puruganan. Speaking of, here's Ice to Lorenzo as they convert on that fast break.
This time that Puruganan connection producing some points, and very much needed as Enzo Puruganan now with 15 points, and more importantly gives an 11-point lead for Bauan.
It's not looking good for Leyte Xur Homes as they will miss another one. So far, an 11-point lead for Bauan. Rivera, basket, and one! And that may be the dagger that Bauan needs to seal this win. We take another look, perhaps. Again, it's Wayne Rivera. Basket and one for him.
And just fitting that it's Wayne Rivera with pretty much the dagger here in the fourth quarter. He created that separation in that third quarter, just dominating inside. But in the end, really just too many weapons for Bauan Cafe Uno as Ice Puruganan will score his 5th point of the ball game.
Too many weapons indeed. We have the likes of David Dizon, Ice and Enzo Puruganan, Mindanao, and this guy, Wayne Rivera at the bump. Again, one of the bigger and sturdier guys in our matchup today. And the read, again, from these young guns, the ability to read the game in that fashion. It's really, really impressive. Again, 14 or younger kids. I think it's safe to say the 14-year-olds back in the day can't do that.
Well, anyway, Wayne Rivera already with a double-double with 14 points and 11 rebounds. But I think it was really the all-game brilliance of Enzo Puruganan. He struggled a little bit in that first half, but come the second half, he was the one providing the points for Bauan Cafe Uno, and looks like he will help his team get their first victory in 3 games.
And again, that'll be 2-1 record for this Bauan Cafe Uno squad. Meanwhile, Leyte Xur Homes will go 0-2. Still a long season ahead of us. 0-2 means nothing, but look at this guy. Still doing everything he can, so at least individually, you get to know who he really is. This is third day Masiba. Last second pound for pound fitness foul counted move.
And just showing us the great footwork, and he's been finishing very spectacularly, and continues to still pounce away and try to get his team back, but with less than 10 seconds remaining, just not enough time.
But that'll be 2 free throws, I believe, as Cantutay getting fouled. So what a turn of events right here, but still a 9-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno. Still not the best situation for Leyte, but we take another look. Or rather, not another look.
Well, that was a look, an
A
intense look.
Just a look.
Nevertheless, if you're coach Lance Inker, not something that you want to see. Game already in hand. You have a 9-point lead with less than 10 seconds remaining. You're giving up a free throw to Leyte with the game already decided. If this were a closer game, these kinds of things shouldn't happen.
Take another look. Cantutay and Wayne Rivera. So perhaps Wayne Rivera may have pulled a little bit on that left arm rather, of Cantutay, leading to his fall to that painted area. So 2 free throws signaling from our referees. Yes, indeed, as we see Cantutay
So since Bauan is in the penalty, that will mean 2 free throws for Cantutay.
2 free throws for number 18, Cantutay.
So we can cut the lead to 7, but then again, there's less than 10 seconds remaining. Well, if you're Coach Cliff Tisongan, this is a potential loss, but you see some gems in your roster. We have 30 Masiba, Ivan Bragat, the guards, showing that they can really go toe-to-toe. I think the primary problem is they don't really have that big guy to lean on.
Actually, the problem is Masiba and Bragat are some of their taller guards, and they have a lot more guards on that bench, but the bigs really need to find someone, or somebody has to step up from their bench.
And we stretch right here again, 9.5 seconds remaining. Only an 8-point lead for Bauan Cafe Uno, but again, just like what you said, Coach, game already been decided, but expect Leyte to still fight. And then again, potential loss for Leyte. If they do, they will go 0-2. But it's still a long season ahead of us. It took around 6 months, if I'm not wrong, Coach, to complete our season 1,
We
or less
went
than.
all the way to December.
Oh yeah, December. Sakto, Coach, Christmas season.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. I was
Very
correct.
right. We started in June last year, ended around December.
So definitely far from over. Still a long season ahead for this Leyte Xur Homes 14 under division squad. So Bauan Cafe Uno having possession. Expect them to just burn time, but Bragat escaping with a steal. Able to cut it right here. 5 seconds remaining. 6-point lead for Bauan. And a foul against Rivera. Not Wayne Rivera, but Wesley Rivera. So 2 Riveras, 2 Dizons, and 2 Puruganans in this Bauan Cafe Uno squad.
And it definitely took a team effort for them to finally get this victory.
Let's go Wesley chant for the bench of Bauan Cafe Uno. His first one is made. And you gotta love the energy. Even just 3 seconds remaining. And that will do it for our ball game. It's 60-53. Our final score. 7-point win for this Bauan Cafe Uno squad. Congratulations to Coach Lance Angelo Inco for pulling off this win. And still props to Coach Cliff Tesocan, putting up a show, putting up a fight. And again, came from a very far place. But that is our ball game, 60-53.
Again, as we said, it took a total team effort for Bauan Cafe Uno. And impressively, we're going to have 2 best players of the ball game. Enzo Puruganan finished with 15 points. But in that first half, it was the play of John Dave Mindanao that really helped Bauan had that strong first half. So it was a tale of 2 halves. The first half for John Dave Mindanao, and the second half for Enzo Puruganan.
And again, not a rare sight to see, but it was quite a while that we've awarded the best player of the game to 2 individuals. But then again, that is how good these kids are. Now let's turn it over to Mr. Noah Sanchez for our Don Benito's best players of the game.
We have here not only 1, but 2 best players of today's game. Mr. John Dave Mindanao with 13 points, 6 rebounds, and Mr. Lorenzo Puruganan with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. So we're going to start with you, Mr. John Dave Mindanao. Alam mo, napakaganda ng performance mo all throughout. So anong nafe-feel mo ngayon? Are you happy with what you have showcased today?
I'm not satisfied yet, pero I really still want to win the next few games po.
Okay, meron ka bang parang secret na ginagawa to perform this well?
Extra hours after training lang po.
Would you like to greet your family or friends na nanonood sa'yo today?
I want to shout out to my teammates, my mom, dad, my sister, and brother, and my teammates po, and coaches. Thank you.
Ayan, once again, that's Mr. John Dave Mindanao, one of our best players of the game na. And then we're going to interview you, Mr. Lorenzo Puraganan. Alam mo, you have been consistent all throughout your game. And ang tanong ko lang, how did you do that? Because lahat ng stats mo, meron kang points, meron kang rebounds, and meron kang assists. So how did you do that?
Always listen lang po sa coach and go hard every game and practices lang po.
Ayan, so kanina nabanggit mo sa akin na you want to improve pa your turnover. Sa tingin mo, nagawa mo naman yung goal mo for today?
Opo, in today's game, I was able to lessen it po.
Okay, baka gusto mong batiin yung family mo na nanonood sa game natin today.
Opo, yung parents ko po, yung mom, dad ko po, yung brother ko po, yung mga coaches, yung sumusuporta po sa amin, and yung mga friends namin po.
Once again, that's our best players of today's game. We would also like to thank Don Benitos for providing a sumptuous Filipino delicacy to our best players of the game. Don Benitos, ang pangbansang kasava. Back to you, Cho.
Thank you very much, Mr. Noah Sanchez. Once again, our best players of the game, John Dave Mindanao and Lorenzo Puruganan. Congratulations to Coach Lance Angelo Inco. And our games tomorrow, Mandaluyong versus Valenzuela, our morning games. Next one is Cavite City going up against still Leyte Xur Homes. That is in Montano Hall in the city of Cavite. And that will wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in the Junior MPBL. Thank you very much to Commissioner Keith Picazo, to Sir J.R. Navarro, to our sponsors as well. Pound for Pound Fitness, Doride Bola ng Pinoy, Pound Active, Wing Bowl, Nature Spring, Jinky Skin, Chris Jacobs, and Don Benitos ang pambansang kasava. Special thanks as well to D&D Media, to Direct Jetro, to Balong, to Lance, to Arth, to James, to Philip, to Josh, and syempre kay Direct Aldrin Alejo. Thank you very much for everyone who made this possible. On behalf of my partner, Coach Noy Africa, and our courtside reporter, Ms. Renoa Sanchez, this is Cho Pangilinan, and once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Ligan ng